What is going on, Chiefs Kingdom? Grindberg here with the Undroppables Network, bringing you the first episode of the Chiefs Uncovered. I'm Grindberg, and I'll be here to bring you everything Chiefs related as your anchor. This is our inaugural show, and I'm kicking it off with the Super Bowl preview episode. I will be here weekly bringing you breaking news, roster moves, injury reports, matchup deep dives, game previews, game recaps, and game predictions. This is the first project for me with the Undroppables Network, and I want to thank the whole crew from top to bottom for welcoming me in graciously, especially you, Chalk. You have built a great crew, and I'm excited to get started. Looking forward to growing this platform huge. Secondly, I want to thank my boy Biggs. I wouldn't be here without you, pal. I appreciate you and your Raider Nation for allowing us to use Allegiant Stadium as our home this week. Truly gracious hosts. We even have a Chiefs flag buried under the field. Talk about hospitality. To add to this, our Chiefs are 4-0 at Allegiant Stadium. Great news, Chiefs Kingdom. And without further ado, let's get this Chiefs Super Bowl preview show going. I'm Grindberg, and this is the Chiefs Uncovered on the Undroppables Network. All right, man, that gets me so jacked up every time I hear that intro. Let's keep it going. So let's start this show off with some injury news. Chiefs edge rusher Charles Omenihu will not play in the Super Bowl after suffering a knee injury in the AFC Championship game. A huge blow for this Chiefs team as one of their best pressure getters is now sidelined. Mike Dana slides in his place. Joe Thuney with his pec injury looks doubtful. Allegretti to take his place. It will probably come right down to a game time decision on whether or not Thuney plays. It would be great if he did. I'm hearing it was a full tear through his pec, so I would be surprised if he played. If he does end up getting in the game, I could see the Chiefs bringing in and rostering 6 offensive linemen and having them rotate in and probably playing Thuney in some special situations and some run plays. But we'll have to see about that. It'll be a game time decision for Thuney. Willie Gay and his neck is looking like a full go. This is huge news for the Chiefs linebacking unit that has been missing Gay since last week. They get him back, and this will allow the Chiefs to rotate their 4 linebackers through the game to keep them fresh. They're definitely going to need to stay fresh looking ahead of their daunting task of having to contain Christian McCaffrey. Isaiah Pacheco, his toe and his ankle, shouldn't have to worry about him and his usage. He should be a full go and get his heavy workload. Jerick McKinnon has been elevated from the injured reserve, and his practice window has been open. Andy Reid said he is doubtful, however, because they have not seen him take the practice field yet leading up to the big game. Sky Moore and his knee is questionable, but he should dress and have a shot to get in the game. With the 52.6% snap share in 2023, I wouldn't count on a replay of last year's Super Bowl where Moore found the end zone. Don't expect much from Sky Moore in Super Bowl 54 or heading into next season. Sorry, that's 58. Chris Jones's quad, no issue here. He has a great matchup up the middle and should be a pivotal person in this game. All right, let's get into the game preview. So we have a line set at 47.5, and the Chiefs are currently underdogs by 2.5 points. We're going to take a look at the defensive outlook. So the Chiefs defense is what led them here, and I think it will take them back to the promised land. Look what they did against the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Ravens in the playoffs. Simply a work of art, if you ask me. The Chiefs have a great pass rush and have been putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks all season. Like I mentioned in the injury report, the starting edge rusher, Charles Omenihu, will not play. The Chiefs will be missing the 7 sacks and the 28 total tackles from the lineup. It'll be up to Chris Jones and George Karlaftis to take on the task of bringing on the pressure. Chris Jones actually has the juiciest matchup of the day, lining up against 49ers center Jake Brendel. I am looking at Chris Jones to make a huge impact in this game. I'm looking at him to set the tone and execute the Chiefs' game plan to a T. If the Chiefs plan on slowing down Christian McCaffrey, they are going to need to get pressure on Brock Purdy and be in his face all day. In the last 2 games the 49ers played and lost with Purdy as the starter, there was a common theme. Get pressure and he will make a mistake and throw interceptions. In those losses combined, 4 sacks, 6 interceptions. A key focus for the Chiefs and this lethal pass rush will get pressure on Purdy early and often. Look at this front 4 to set the tone early in this game. Chris Jones and George Karlaftis should provide the pressure the Chiefs will need to capitalize on the line of scrimmage. This defense and its secondary is being led by shutdown cornerbacks L'Jarius Sneed and Trent McDuffie, and they will be playing lights out. Sneed has been the Chiefs' best shutdown corner most of the season and didn't surrender a single touchdown in the 81 red zone attempts against. Sneed will have another tough matchup in the Super Bowl in man coverage. He will be tasked with covering Brandon Ayuk, a pivotal battle that just might change the outcome of this game. Trent McDuffie had a great regular season, recording 80 tackles, 7 block passes, 5 forced fumbles, and 9 quarterback hits. He will be tasked with covering Deebo Samuel, who looked good playing hurt in the NFC Championship game, catching 8 passes for 89 yards. When looked upon early, he will be in this game often, with an extra attention needing to be placed on containing Christian McCaffrey. The Chiefs cornerbacks will be relied upon to cover the 49ers wideouts in one-on-one coverage for most of the day. The battle between the Chiefs corners and the 49ers wide receivers will certainly be one I will be keeping a close eye on as the game progresses. If there is a weakness in the Chiefs defense, is that it has been exposed against the run and the short passing game out of the backfield. The Chiefs defense gives up an average of 113 yards per game on the ground. This ranks them 17th in the league in that category. In the Chiefs' last 3 losses way back in December, they gave up big games to all 3 running backs that started. A.J. Dillon, Zamir White, and James Cook, all 8. In those 3 games, this Chiefs team gave up an average of 128 all-purpose yards in those games to those running backs. The key to beating the Chiefs this year has been running the ball. The Chiefs will need a big game from their linebacking group in order to keep CMC in check. With Willie Gay looking like he is returning, it looks like the Chiefs will have their starting linebacking unit back to tackle their biggest task of the year, containing Christian McCaffrey. It will take the biggest effort from all the Chiefs starting linebackers. Bolton, who will probably see the most action out of CMC, will be the busiest. Bolton, famous for his momentum-changing scoop and score versus the Eagles in Super Bowl 57, is looking to make a similar impact this year as well. If Bolton, Gay, Tranquil, and Chenille can keep CMC somewhat contained and below 80 yards rushing, I think they have a great shot at winning this game. Hey, Grindberg, what about the offense? What can we expect from them? Well, the Chiefs will be looking to expose 49ers run defense that gave up a whopping 182 yards rushing on the ground to the two Lions running backs alone in the NFC Championship game. I'm looking for Pacheco to be involved early and often in this one. If the Chiefs can find success on the ground early on, watch out. That will certainly open up the play action pass. Outside of the 49ers front seven, they are beatable. Look for the Chiefs to open up the play action and target former Chiefs Travarius Ward. Spags knows him all too well from his days in KC, and Ward should be getting picked on a lot in this game. I will also be looking at Travis Kelce. He will be and how he will fare against the 49ers and their linebackers, Greenlaw and Warner. There should be some epic battles in the middle of the field with these guys on Sunday. Should be a lot of fun to watch. But after seeing the way Kelce utterly dominated Ravens safety Kyle Hamilton, torching him for 111 yards on 11 receptions and a touchdown in the AFC Championship game, I am not sure Warner nor Greenlaw will stand a chance defending Kelce in this one. The O-line will probably be without Joe Thuney, and will once again be relying on veteran Nick Allegretti taking the snaps for Thuney at tackle for the Chiefs. Allegretti had a fantastic game versus the Ravens, playing over 80 snaps in Thuney's place. We all know how formidable the 49ers pass rush is, and they will need a big effort from Allegretti and the rest of the Chiefs O-line in order to keep Mahomes upright. Last time the Chiefs and the 49ers met in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs did a great job of taking Nick Bosa out of the game, and I think we see that's what Nagy's game plan is going to be this year as well. Look for the 49ers to try and use them to mismatch and shift it over to Chase Young on the other edge. The 49ers will need a big game out of Chase Young if they want to stand a chance. Young, who is known to take the occasional play off, but will be trying to showcase himself in the Super Bowl, looking for his next big contract. We should see his best effort on Sunday. Young will also be a target for the Chiefs in the run game, as Young isn't great against the run and was exposed frequently versus the Lions. Young is a pivotal player for the 49ers on Sunday, and if he has a great game, this game should end up being close. Now, what about the keys to the game? What do the Chiefs need to win? Let's get into it. All right, so I've got 4 keys to this game, and the number one thing the Chiefs need to do to win is CMC. He is everything, okay? Keeping CMC in check and limiting his impact on the game. The front seven will need a big game trying to minimize CMC's impact on it. If the Chiefs can hold CMC to under 80 yards, like I mentioned earlier on the ground, I mean, the Chiefs are playing the type of game that they wanted to, forcing Brock Purdy to throw the ball. So let's get these guys shutting down CMC, and I think we have a good shot at winning this game. Number 2 is getting pressure on Purdy. Purdy has not been great when dealing with a good pass rush. Chris Jones leads the Chiefs with 10.5 sacks and should be in Purdy's face all day. If Jones can exploit his juicy matchup, this game should fall in the Chiefs' favor. Thirdly, let's talk about the Chiefs DBs again. They need to excel on one-on-one man coverage. The Chiefs front seven will be ultra focused on stopping CMC in the run, and these DBs will be required to cover 49er star wide receivers like all day in one-on-one coverage. So if the Chiefs can shut down the corners and be effective doing that, I think they have a great opportunity at stopping the run with that effect. Now, the last thing they're going to need to do is number 4 is continue to play disciplined, turnover-free football. We know that was their Achilles heel in the regular season, taking too many penalties and turning the ball over They completely changed that when the playoffs started, so we have to keep on that track. All right. What is the game predictions? Do we think the Chiefs can take it down? Of course we do. Let's talk about the game. All right, so my game prediction, I have been on the Chiefs all playoffs, and this game is no different. The Chiefs have been playing lights out football on all three stages of the field. The Chiefs faced a tougher offense and defense last week, in my opinion, and I just don't think when push comes to shove, Brock Purdy can outduel Patrick Mahomes when the game is on the line on the biggest stage in the world, in the biggest game in the world. Our Chiefs take this down 27-17. Let's go, Chiefs Kingdom. Let's take it home. Let's repeat. Let's get back-to-back Super Bowls. It's going to happen. I can see it already. Let's go. That's it for our first ever episode of Chiefs Uncovered. I appreciate you tuning in. You will be able to find this show on the Undroppables Network moving forward. The plan is to have continuous content throughout the offseason and ramping it up once the season starts. Just a reminder here, the Undroppables are looking for creators to drop NFL-specific content, so follow us on socials and find out how you can be a part of this elite team. Remember to like and subscribe to us and all our channels, and also follow me on X at FFCanuck99. That is it for today. I'll be back with the Super Bowl recap show from everyone on the Undroppables Network. I'm Grindberg. Thanks for tuning in.